Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new, welcome. Today I'm wrapping up my post-burn reviews of the new 2026 summer collection from Kringle, which will be launching this Thursday, July 18th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In case you haven't heard, there will also be a reserve collection releasing at the same time and date with 6 new fragrances. In case you're curious as to what's to come with that collection, then feel free to check out my community tab and you'll see a photo of the collection along with listed scent notes for each. I just received them this week in PR, so while I won't have post-burn reviews ready, I will have my cold sniff impressions ready for you all prior to the launch. Getting back to this summer collection, I want to start with Cypress and Sea Spray. Just looking at the name and label, I thought for sure this scent would lean coastal aquatic with some earthiness, and it ended up being a dominant fresh and green earthy scent instead. Cypress and Sea Spray has top notes of bergamot, fig, and fig leaf, mid notes of jasmine and lily of the valley, and base notes of fig tree wood, cedar wood, and vanilla. On cold and while lit, this is a fresh and invigorating fragrance, so it fits perfectly into the summer season, but will also work great as a spring scent or late summer transitional fall fragrance. As much as I'm loving this scent, I do feel it may be polarizing for some, so you may want to sample this one in the wax melts or 3.3 ounce tins before committing to the 3-wick or extra large 4-wick. There is a chance that if you enjoyed Kringle's Reserve Tea Time, Spanish Moss, or Shamrock Fields, then you may enjoy this scent too. This, without a doubt, is a crisp and green, earthy fig scent from the actual fig itself to the leaf and down to the woodsy tree. It doesn't go in the direction of a sharp, fresh cut, grassy scent, but it is slightly bitter, tart, and ozonic. While it is intensely fresh and earthy, it still has some sophistication to its scent profile. In my opinion, this is a bright and breezy atmospheric scent. I don't detect a standout floral note from the jasmine or lily of the valley notes, nor do I smell a sweet creaminess from the vanilla. The listed bergamot note doesn't lean cologne-like, and I feel it's more of a fresh supporting note to the fig elements. Same thing with the cedar wood. It doesn't stand out as a dominant note and instead supports the earthy scent profile. Right around the 2 hour mark is when I started to notice some soot coming from the wicks, which you may have noticed in this video clip. These wicks do burn on the hot side, so I recommend keeping the burn time down to 2.5 to 3 hours max in order to avoid excessive soot, and definitely stay on top of trimming your wicks in between each burn. So far, there's no discolored wax or soot accumulation on the jar, and this candle doesn't struggle to form a deep, even wax pool. Cypress and Sea Spray performs in the high range in both my open and closed concept. In a large open space, I rate the strength and throw at an 8 out of 10, and in a smaller enclosed area, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The scent starts to project prior to being fully pulled out. It fills a large open space and travels to the second level of my home, and the fragrance lingers for a while after the flames are extinguished. This candle is a love for me, so it would definitely be a repurchase. I hope it doesn't get prematurely discontinued like my precious Spanish moss, which I honestly feel Kringle needs to bring back in this new 3-wick format. If you enjoy crisp, bright, earthy scents, then I recommend purchasing this one on launch day or at least picking up a sample size to try out. Now let's move on to Coral Sands, because I'm sure when a lot of us saw the name and label, we automatically thought of a well-known classic Yankee scent. I do feel it was only right that the owner of Kringle created his own version of Pink Sands, being that his father was the founder of Yankee Candle. The listed notes for Coral Sands are top notes of citrus and melon, mid notes of mango and tropical florals, and base notes of musk and sweet. On cold, I felt like Coral Sands was more of a sweet melon forward fragrance, and I felt it lacked a bit of the fruity tropical beachy fragrance that Pink Sands has. However, after burning it, it smells more similar to Pink Sands than what I initially got on cold, but one of the main differences is Pink Sands has a berry fruit note added to it, while Kringle's version has a noticeable mango note. While Yankee's version also lists floral notes, I don't ever remember detecting florals from that candle. I don't smell much of a noticeable citrus note, and even the listed note of tropical florals are indistinguishable. I don't smell a prominent hibiscus or orchid floral fragrance, yet it still leans tropical and beachy. The presence of the mango balances out the melon and tones it down a bit so that it isn't as dominant on warm as it was on cold. This is a pleasantly sweet fruity scent that doesn't lean candy-like or artificial, nor is it cloying. If you like Yankee's Pink Sands, then you'll more than likely enjoy Coral Sands. I think it's a great staple fragrance to have during the summertime. The wicks on Coral Sands have been performing great. They don't burn too hot or fast, so the burn has been clean and steady. Without burning hot and fast, this candle pulls out within half an hour, and I haven't noticed any mushroom tops forming during a 3 to 4 hour burn session. So overall, Coral Sands has been burning nice, clean, and even. I tried placing coral sands in my open concept space in the living room area where it fell into the low medium range of a 5 out of 10. The scent mostly stayed in the room where the candle was lit, so it was a soft room filler. In my bedroom area, the fragrance was more noticeable and performed in the 6 to 7 out of 10 range. So, in my experience, Coral Sands is a mid range performer that's capable of filling up a room versus my entire house. If you enjoy tropical fruity scents that aren't on the strong side, then you may be interested in Coral Sands. I don't mind enjoying scents like this at least once during the summer, so while I don't plan to repurchase it this year, I may snag it again next year if it's available. Last but not least, let's go over Citrus Solea, which has top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, and petitgrain, mid notes of orange blossom and vanilla, and base notes of cedarwood, amber, and musk. On cold, I mainly got a fresh citrusy scent, but on warm, it transforms into more than just a citrus dominant fragrance. It has more of an atmospheric vibe to it, and I feel that's due to the prominent petitgrain note. I thought the floral orange blossom note was going to be the star of the show, but to my nose, it isn't. Petitgrain comes from the same tree as neroli and orange blossom. However, its scent focuses more so on the leaves and green twigs than the actual floral component. When paired with the bright and citrusy bergamot and grapefruit notes, it adds a vibrant outdoorsy freshness to the scent without being too earthy or woodsy. While petitgrain does have a bit of a bitter, herbal, citrusy aroma, it's not harsh and comes off soft but noticeable. And aside from its green and leafy citrusy scent, it also has a dry, woody component to it as well. When it comes to the base notes of cedarwood, amber, and musk, none of those are heavy or dominant, which allows the scent to remain refreshing and relaxing, almost in an aromatherapy kind of way. This scent isn't sweet, nor does it lean cologne or perfumey. It's a nice citrusy scent with a touch of an outdoorsy element to it that I feel both men and women can enjoy. I think it's a great spring and summer fragrance. If you're wondering about the intensity of the grapefruit note, I feel it's balanced nicely in this fragrance because it doesn't lean too sharp or acidic. While the base notes don't individually stand out, I do feel they act as a balancing agent to both citrus notes and the petitgrain. If you don't enjoy sweet fruity scents, but you also don't want an overly earthy or woody scent, then I feel this scent is a great middle ground. As you can see, Citrus Solea has hot, fast, sooty burning wicks, and this clip is only about 2 hours into the burn. Not only is it soot coming from the wicks, it's getting into the wax pool and is starting to accumulate around the inside of the jar. It does pull out quickly and evenly, but I'd say keep your burn time down to 2.5 hours and trim those wicks on each burn and able to avoid heavy sootage. This candle is one where I feel the throw is stronger than the strength of the scent because while the scent does travel into all the rooms in my open concept space, the strength of the fragrance is on the softer side. I rate the strength in the soft medium range of a 6 out of 10 and the throw around a solid 7 out of 10 in a large open space. The scent stretches across my entire open concept and has a noticeable presence without being overpowering. I'm not too crazy about how hot and fast this one burns and the amount of soot the wicks are producing, so while I do like the scent, this candle will be a one and done. I also only recommend it if you feel you'll enjoy the scent profile and you don't mind doing a bit of babysitting with this candle. I really enjoyed reviewing each of these candles for you guys, and I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you plan to purchase any of the scents in this collection, or are you leaning more towards the patriotic collection? I do have a 15% off affiliate code that you can use to save some money on launch day. Just an FYI, it is commission eligible. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.